Look around you. Your money buys less. Your bills are higher. You thought you had time. You don't. Now is the time to see through the illusion, because the longer you sleep, the deeper you serve. And one day you'll realize you didn't become free, you became owned. A modern slave in plain sight. A modern slave in plain sight.
Have you noticed it too? Your paycheck feels smaller, even though you're earning the same. Groceries that cost $50 now cost $80. Your rent jumped again. And just when you thought you could start planning your life, you're 5 steps backward. You're not imagining it. Over the past 3 years, the cost of living has exploded. Food prices are up more than 20%. Electricity and heating, up nearly 30%. Rents in most cities, up over 40%. And while everything costs more, wages have barely moved. Jobs are quietly vanishing. Major companies cut hundreds of thousands of positions in 2024. People are drowning in debt. For the first time, credit card delinquencies are rising faster than during 2008. Most families are one missed paycheck away from losing everything. And yet, turn on the news and they tell you the same thing. Inflation is under control. The economy is strong. Things are looking up. Really? If things are fine, why does survival feel like luxury? Scroll through social media, and you'll see how beautifully they've rebranded collapse. Tiny homes, van life, downsizing, freedom from the system, people showering in gas stations, calling it minimalism. Families living in their cars, describing it as simplicity. But look closer. This isn't inspiration, it's resignation. Because when people can no longer afford to live normally, they turn struggle into social media content. It's not an accident, it's a narrative. A way to make poverty feel normal, even cool. Meanwhile, corporations are buying entire neighborhoods. Billion-dollar funds own single-family homes by the thousands. Farmland? Snapped up by a few names you already know. And the same media that told you to buy a home 5 years ago now says ownership is overrated. Convenient, isn't it?
They show you tiny homes, vans on the beach, freedom from the system. But what they don't tell you is this: the fewer things you own, the easier you are to control. When your car becomes your roof, your debt becomes your chain. They sell you escape while building the cage. And you're inside it already.
Watch the clips you won't see on the news. People crying because they can't pay rent.
About 2 months ago, I stopped eating dinner almost every night of the week so that my boyfriend and I could have enough food left over to have lunch the next day, where if I'm hungry, I can just fall asleep through it. It doesn't really matter. This was before we were about to lose our food stamps. Mind you, we both work. I've worked since I was 14 years old. I have a college degree. But because we have children and because aftercare...
I'm ugly crying right now because I have not made any money at all, and unemployment still hasn't paid me.
I'm literally crashing out right now because we are in such a financial hole.
Parents skipping meals so their kids can eat. Families selling everything and moving into vans. This isn't some distant problem. It's happening right now, everywhere. The middle class is collapsing, quietly, systematically, and globally. Debt is the new chain. You don't need guards or fences anymore, just endless bills and a lifetime subscription to getting by. So ask yourself, is this the beginning of modern slavery? No, you're already in it. And this, right now, might be your last chance to escape. Before we talk about solutions, we need to face one truth. Money today isn't wealth, it's debt. It's created not by gold or real value, but by credit, by banks lending money that didn't exist a moment ago. Every dollar in your pocket was born as someone else's loan, and when every dollar is a debt, the whole world becomes a debtor. That's how the system grows, through promises, not production. When credit is cheap, the rich borrow to buy assets, homes, stocks, companies, land. As prices rise, those assets inflate in value, and they profit again when everyone else chases the illusion of growth. Then the system tightens, rates go up, loans dry out, jobs disappear. And when the crash comes, the same people who printed the money start collecting what's left: homes, businesses, labor, time. Every reset transfers wealth upward, quietly, legally, efficiently. Inflation doesn't hurt everyone equally. It rewards ownership and punishes dependence. It feeds those who hold assets and drains those who hold paychecks. That's why the rich keep getting richer, while the middle class sinks into survival mode. And this cycle isn't new. Every few decades it repeats. First, they make money cheap. Loans flow, credit cards multiply, people feel richer, businesses boom, stocks rise, and everyone starts to believe the good times will last forever. Then prices climb, debts grow faster than incomes. The system, built on promises instead of value, starts to shake. So they step in again. They raise rates, cut credit, and call it stabilization. But what it really means is this: they take back what they gave you, with interest. It happened after the Great Depression. It happened in the 1970s, when inflation spiraled out of control. It happened again in 2008, when banks gambled and ordinary people paid. And then came the pandemic. They flooded the world with easy money, stimulus checks, zero-interest loans, trillions printed out of thin air. Everyone felt rich, but it wasn't generosity, it was bait. And now the bill has come due, because every dollar printed made this next crisis inevitable. The debt is too large, the price is too high, and the middle class is once again the collateral.
This isn't chaos, it's choreography. Every move, every crash, every recovery, scripted. And once you see the pattern, you can't close your eyes again. Freedom was never lost. It was sold to you in payments. Now that you see it for what it is, the question writes itself. What will you do now? What will you do now? What will you do now?
Now that you've seen the pattern and there's no illusion left, what do? 1. Face your reality. Write down exactly what you owe and what you earn. Awareness ends denial. 2. Cut the leashes. Cancel debts and expenses that drain you. Every payment you remove buys freedom. 3. Build your buffer. Save 1 month of living costs in cash or stable value. That's your first line of defense. 4. Own, don't owe. Shift from consumption to creation. Build, repair, sell, teach. Assets beat paychecks. 5. Learn skills that earn. Choose one that generates income even in chaos. Digital work, local trade, repairs, freelancing, or teaching. 6. Form local trust. Real networks survive crashes better than online followers. Trade, share, and help locally. 7. Guard your attention. Stop feeding the algorithms that sell your fear. Read, learn, build instead. 8. Play both games. Use the system to earn and save, but quietly build one that doesn't depend on it. Your side business, your skill network, your autonomy. Because the best rebellion isn't rage, It's preparation. And when the next reset hits, those who built quietly won't just survive it. They'll own what's left.
Knowledge is the only real currency left. Because the moment you understand the game, you stop being a piece on the board. Freedom doesn't begin when the system collapses. It begins when illusion does. When you realize that control works best, only when people believe they're free, they're free, they're free.
Now that you've seen the truth, learn how to live free inside the system. Subscribe to this channel and follow for the next steps. Knowledge, strategy, and self-mastery.